Hello YouTube and welcome to yet another Doctor Who DVD review. In this DVD review I'll be looking at the Landmark 50th Anniversary Special, The Day of the Doctor. So before I start my actual thoughts on this Landmark story, let's look at the cover of this DVD. So the cover is basically the Day of the Doctor poster, what was released a couple of weeks before the special was broadcast. The BBC seem to be doing this possibly because it's cheaper to release this than create a new cover, because they've done it for the whole of Series 7 and they've done it for the Time of the Doctor release. So possibly they've done it because it's cheaper, or they just don't really want to create a new cover because I think the posters are pretty good. Now for me, I think this could have had a new cover because this has been released quite a few times on different pieces of merchandise such as posters, t-shirts. It would have been nice if the DVD cover was different really, but I still like it, it's still pretty cool. So the cover basically features Matt Smith, David Tennant, John Hurt walking away from the Time War with destroyed Daleks, Bad Wolf and the TARDIS sign. We've got a little sticker saying contains 2 mini episodes including The Explosive Night of the Doctor starring Paul McGann, Doctor Who, Day of the Doctor 50th Anniversary Special, PG. On the spine, I like the spine very much because it is sort of a starry sort of background with the 50th Anniversary logo there. Doctor Who, Day of the Doctor. On the back we've got a bit of bio on the story, and some pictures of the cast there. Then we've got some bonus features which are Doctor Who Explained, which is a 45-minute documentary talking about Doctor Who basically. Then you've got behind the scenes, what was released online. Now if you saw my Adventure in Space and Time review, I think I picked it up that they basically, the BBC are releasing practically every special feature online, and if you want to see the behind the scenes of the Day of the Doctor and you haven't got this, then yeah, you can definitely check it out online because the BBC are releasing practically everything online, what they release on the DVDs. Then you've got the 2 minisodes, which will get a separate review, well, separate video. And the total running time for this is 76 minutes. So if we look inside the cover, well, inside the DVD, case, we have the disc there, which is basically a smaller version of the poster, and if I remove that, we've got a lovely picture inside the War Doctor's TARDIS, which is pretty cool. You also get the ultraviolet code thing, what you can put on your computer and tablet or iPad or whatever, which is cool, so you can watch it anywhere and not take the DVD, which is cool because then you don't damage the case. So that's basically the cover. Now let's go on to my thoughts on this Landmark story. So, what are my thoughts on this Landmark story? In the words of the 9th Doctor, fantastic. I love how it celebrates the past and it shows where the show's going next. With the reference to, well, seeing Capaldi, that's one of the major shocks, what I'll go into in a bit. Also, you know, Gallifrey, it is, you know, safe, and that's a bit of a twist. I don't think any of us were expecting that. Oh, well, I didn't expect it. But yeah, I'm going to talk about performance-wise. Well, yes, performance. For me, John Hurt, for me, was probably the strongest actor there, and he did a wonderful job playing the War Doctor. I mean, the other 2 Doctors were good. Matt and David had a brilliant sort of chemistry, you know, they had a really good rapport, you know, bouncing off each other, but for me, Hurt was brilliant because this may be the only time we see the War Doctor, which is sad because I would love to see some Time War adventures with Hurt because I think that would be really interesting. Not, well, it would be nice if they were filmed, but, you know, if they did some audio adventures with him, then that would be really good. Yeah, so you could tell some of the dialogue was meant for Christopher Eccleston's Doctor, but yeah, there's not really much I could say about her other than he was brilliant and great. The other two Doctors I've just mentioned were wonderful, and yeah, it's always good to see multi-Doctor stories because you're always wondering how that Doctor interacts with that Doctor, and it's always good to find out that. And that's the joyous occasion with the anniversary specials. I know it seems a bit repetitive, but it's for the fans. You know, they're getting something what they want. You know, they're seeing two Doctors on one screen, which is really exciting, and it doesn't get dull. But yeah, let's go on to other things like Billie Piper. Now, when I heard Billie Piper was announced, I wasn't happy. I was like, oh no, I don't really want Tennant Rose in it. I was just like, no. But I was pleased that she was a different character, Bad Wolf, which I thought fitted in really well into the plot. But then, yeah, we had a returning monster, the Zygons. A lot of people have complained about this little subplot, but for me, it was just great to see the Zygons. Who doesn't love the Zygons, these orange, suckery creatures? There's a brilliant joke in the Doctor about that, about Tennant kissing a Zygon. Yeah, you probably know what I mean if you've seen it. If you haven't, where the hell have you been? Well, you probably have seen it. You probably stopped watching this video because it's full of spoilers. Okay, so let's talk about the directing. The directing I thought was really clever, using, well, the TARDIS flying over London, well not flying, but attached to a helicopter, and showing some of the London's landmarks, and I thought it was a bit Sherlocky when we had these sort of Matt Smith hanging out outside the TARDIS, and then when the TARDIS was about to land in Trafalgar Square, it sort of reminded me of Sherlock, opening title sequence, but that's Moffat for you. I thought there was a clever shot where we had Matt Smith's face and then it suddenly aged into John Hurt's face. I thought that was brilliant, brilliant transition. What else? You could tell some of the shots were made for 3D because this, of course, is the first BBC project to be filmed in 3D, and you could definitely tell that some of the shots were for 3D, especially when we went around the sort of blown up Dalek to reveal the 3 Doctors. I thought that was brilliant, and the debris from the No More, when Hurt was blasting out No More on the wall, I thought that was great, because I saw it in the cinema, and that was brilliant seeing it on a big screen, and it was a brilliant atmosphere. You know, people who adore the show, you know, it's just great. Some of my favourite moments now, Hurt's TARDIS smashing into the Daleks, I thought that was brilliant. Now on to other bits, what were surprises. Seeing Peter Capaldi, that was a bit of a shock. I didn't expect that, but it was a nice, but that was like, whoa. But the major one is the curator, Tom Baker. That was brilliant to see Tom. Now that was his, I think this was his first ever television appearance since as the Doctor on screen, because he's been doing numerous audios, so I think this has been his first television appearance as the Doctor. Well, curator, but hey, he's still the Doctor. I thought that was a lovely moment seeing Matt Smith and Tom Baker. It was just brilliant. I loved it. It was great. Yeah, words can't describe how good this is. I'm sorry if I'm babbling on about stuff, but we all know what happened in this, and yeah, there's not much more I could say about it other than sing its praises. I can't really think of any negatives for it, because I was so caught up in it, and I have watched this hundreds of times. I've watched it at school with my friends at school because we did all the work, so the teacher was like, oh, do whatever you want, so we put this on. That shows how much we like it, really, but we've got the time to sort of sit and watch this. Yeah, it's brilliant if you haven't seen it, which I hope you have, because I've probably just spoiled it all for you. and I'm sorry if you haven't. But if you have, you know what I'm on about. It's brilliant. And what more can you say? It is a landmark story. Alright, hang on, I have just thought of one negative, and that is the ending. A nice moment when Matt Smith walked out with all the doctors, you know, I know where I'm going, I've just been taking the long way round, like that. The CGI doctors, the superimposed, no, not superimposed, sort of doctors' heads just put on doubles' bodies, which I didn't really like. You could sort of tell they were a bit fake, but yeah, that's only one bad thing, but you know, if you just ignore that, you still enjoy it. But yeah, I thoroughly enjoy the Day of the Doctor. It's a brilliant story, and is a definite pickup, really. I mean, if you're gonna get the standard edition, it is about 9-10 quid, which is really good because you're getting some really good special features and you're getting this landmark story. So yeah, I would definitely recommend the Day of the Doctor. Sorry if this review seems a bit higgledy-piggledy, but there's a lot to say and I don't have much time to do it. But yeah, we all know what people are going to say. It's brilliant and all that. But yeah, thank you for watching this review. Join me in my next DVD review, which will be The Time of the Doctor and Other Doctor Specials, which is Matt Smith's last regular appearance as the Doctor, which is sad, really, because I didn't want Matt Smith to leave, but that's a topic to cover in another video. But yes, definitely recommend The Day of the Doctor. It is mind-blowing. It's just a brilliant story. So yeah, thank you for watching this review, and goodbye.